On DPS Baramulla. This is part second of first chapter of class 10th of the subject political science. In the first video, we discussed the meaning of power sharing, then why is power sharing more desirable. We also discussed the different forms of power sharing. Now we are left with the examples of power sharing between Belgium and Sri Lanka. So this we will see in this video. First of all, we will start by the Belgium, its location, size and ethnic composition. You know that Belgium is a federal monarchy in Western Europe. It is a founding member of the European Union and hosts the European Union's headquarters as well as those of several other major international organizations such as NATO. Belgium covers an area of 30528 square kilometer and it has a population of about 11 million people. It is a small country in Europe and it is as small as our state Haryana. It touches its borders with the four countries: France from the southwest, Netherlands from north, Germany from east, and Luxembourg from southeast. North Seas to the northwest. Okay. Then coming to the ethnic composition of the nation. You know the ethnic composition of this small country is very complex of the country's total population because 59% speak Dutch and live in the Flemish region. You can see here the Flemish region. Then 40% speak French and live in the Wallon region. Then 1% speak French and live in the Wallon region. This is the composition of nation, ethnic composition. Okay. Then coming to the ethnic composition of the Brussels. You know this is the capital of this nation. Here 80% in the capital speak French, but they are minority in the country. And rest 20% in the capital speak Dutch, but they are majority in the country. This is the difference between the nation and the capital. The reasons between the two countries as far as the tension is concerned. The first is the minority French were rich and powerful. Then the majority Dutch got the benefit of economic development much later. Then coming to the Belgian model of power sharing. You know, between 1970 and 1993, Belgium leaders amended their constitution 4 times so as to enable work out an arrangement that would enable everyone to live together within the same country. The arrangement they worked out in different form from any other country and is very innovative. Here are some of the elements of the Belgian model, such as equal minister for both the groups. Constitution prescribes that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in central government. Some special laws require the support of majority of members from each linguistic group. Thus, no single community can make decisions unilaterally. Then, the majority Dutch accepted this arrangement because they were minority in the nation. Okay. Then more power to the state government. Many powers of the central government have been given to the state governments of the two nations of the country. The state governments are not subordinate to the central government. Then equal representation at state and central level. The Brussels has a separate government in which both the communities have equal representation. The French people accepted the equal representation in Brussels because the Dutch speaking community has accepted equal representation in the central government. Then we have community government, which is third form of government. Apart from the central and state government, there is a third kind of government. This community government is elected by people belonging to one language community, such as Dutch, French, and German speaking, no matter where they live. This government has the power reading cultural, educational, and language related issues. Then the advantages of this model of development. Though this model is complex, it has worked well so far. It has avoided civic strife between the two communities. The European Union chose to have its parliament at Brussels as power sharing was practiced successfully. Then coming to the Sri Lanka. First, location and size. Sri Lanka officially, the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, is an island country in the northern Indian Ocean of the southern coast of Indian subcontinent in South Asia. Known until 1972 as Ceylon. It has maritime borders with the India to the northwest and Maldives to the southwest. Then Sri Lanka, as you know, that it is an island nation just a few kilometers off the southern coast of Tamil Nadu. It has about 2 crore people, about the same as Haryana. Then coming to the social composition. Sinhala speakers. There are 74. They are 74%. They are mostly Buddhists. Then Tamil speakers, which is about 18%. They are both Hindus and Muslims. Among the Tamils, there are two subgroups. Tamil natives of the country are called Sri Lankan Tamils. The rest are called the Indian Tamils. As far as the Sri Lankan Tamils are concerned, their composition is about 13%, whereas 5% are Indian Tamils. Okay, Indian Tamils are there because they migrated as plantation workers during the British rule. Sri Lankan Tamils are their natives. As far as the 7% of the population is concerned, they are Christians who speak both Sinhala and Tamils. Then coming to the majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. After independence in 1948, Sri Lanka adopted a series of majoritarian measures to establish Sinhalese supremacy over the Tamils. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. Then Sinhala speakers were both for university positions and government jobs. A new constitution stipulated that the state shall protect and foster Buddhism. Constitution was amended to protect and strengthen Sinhala language. Then effects on Tamils. The Tamils felt isolated, though they thought that even the constitution was against them. None of the political parties ever considered their needs. The Tamils formed groups, organizations, and parties to fight for rights. Their demand for recognition to their language and separate state with autonomous states was they were repeatedly neglected. This made some groups like the LTTE to take violent actions. Then the civil war broke out. It was a civil war fought in the island country of Sri Lanka from 1983 to 2009. Beginning on 23rd July 1983, there was an intermittent insurgency against the government by the LTTE, also known as Tamil Tigers, which fought to create an independent Tamil state called Tamil Elam in the north and the east of the island. After 26-year military campaign, the Sri Lankan military defeated the Tamil Tigers in May 2009, bringing the civil war to an end. Civil war thus broke out between the Tamils and the Sinhalas. Thousands of people on both sides were killed in this civil war. Now, coming to the conclusion, in this video, we saw that in Belgium, the leaders have realized that the unity of the country is possible only by respecting the feelings and interests of different communities and regions. Then Sri Lanka shows us a contrasting example. It shows us that if a majority community wants to force its dominance over others and refuses to share power, it can undermine the unity of the country. Then some expected questions. First, examine the majoritarian measures implemented by the Sri Lankan government to establish Sinhala supremacy in the country. How did it lead to civil war in Sri Lanka? What was its impact? Second, power is shared among different social groups. Explain with the help of examples. Third, discuss the Sri Lankan civil war. So thank you. This was all about in this video. Best of luck.